Alrighty, so we are starting off inside today. This is the top floor powder room. So we checked the crawl space. There's no sanitary tea clean out in the crawl space. First suggestion we're going to make is that a sanitary tea clean out be installed in the line in the crawl space to allow access to the sewer line for maintenance purposes. Next, we want both of the toilets inspected by a licensed third-party plumber. Make sure that everything was installed and done appropriately. The toilet here on the top floor powder room was not installed appropriately. As you can see here, this lockdown bolt is fine. This lockdown bolt wasn't even in its channel and popped right out with the toilet. You can see it's still got the guide on there. In addition, they didn't have one wax ring sealing it, but they had this with the adapter there. They also had this with a adhesive. This is not like a seal you would typically use for installation of a toilet. Typically, if you're going to use a modern material, it would be a PVC diaphragm in there, or you would use a traditional wax ring. If you can't get that to fit, typically you sacrifice another wax ring and you just pile on more wax to make the connection leak free. Also of note that the flange is well below the tile here. That probably helped lead to some of the installation issues. Also noted about this toilet and its insulation, when I got here, the back was pressed up against the wall. You can actually see where it has been resting right here. It was so close to the wall that the top for the toilet tank did not properly seat. The front lip would rest on the porcelain and the back side would be resting on the wood paneling here. So in addition, the toilet was installed way too close to properly sit in the area they gave it. But that's on the toilet. We're gonna recommend that, plumber look at this one, look at the one on the ground floor down there. We couldn't access that today because the person who installed that ended up clipping the bolts with something dull and mushroomed out the bolt here, so you can't extract the nut off the bolt to get the toilet off the floor. That one you're going to need some sort of saw or clippers to get that nut off of that bolt for the lockdown kit. We're going to go ahead and hop into the sewer line and take a look at what's going on with the actual sewer itself. Alright, we've had a bunch of turns on the internal. actually having issues making it past 26 feet even with the help of water. So we're going to go ahead and pull out and see if we can find another access point. Again, we've already checked the other toilet, the septic tank, and the crawl space for accessibility. Neither of them are viable. We can remove the lid to the septic, but the inlet could not be found due to high water levels. In addition, due to how aggressive the pitch is, it would be very difficult to make it all the way up into the sewer line.